But they can't keep you back there.
She has a very foul mouth when it comes to a man.
Why? I'm as sad and terrible about Bill, bad Bill Toedown. That don't stop a motherfucking thing. This why I tell you motherfucking hoes that big bad, big Bill, all that, a lot of you over shape like an egg with legs, shit. I tell you that type of shit, like I don't got no motherfucker. I have a plethora of kids to choose from if I decided to do that. And bitch, you gotta understand that I'm fully confident in me. With every mark, every stretch mark, every hit, every overlapping stomach, bitch, every orangutan, anything over this way. I am extremely confident in them. But I think that's what people are doing. People are drawn to confidence. Confidence, listen, looks will get you to the table, but it's confidence that will keep you. You can slice that any way you want. But I've always believed that. Like, looks will get you through the door. So that means any person that is separated from me, it's their loss. It ain't never mine. I ain't met a nigga kid that don't look bad after I'm gone. Or ain't over there in the back of the man like, man, I'm supposed to. Yeah. 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 And I done broke computers, I done stomped and knocked and elbowed and did all kind of shit to be like, I want to get the old things back. It's so funny that you say that. Uh-huh. Come on, Chief. Tell us. Come on, tell us. You fucked up some good shit, too. But see, I think it's about discipline, too. I think it's about discipline. George Garcia, you said, would I date somebody that makes less money than me? I make way more money than you. That's my husband. I make way more money than G, and I make way more money than Mo. All of them, my husband. Bitch, what? Yeah. But I do think it's most awesome in a card game. Oh my God, gambling. But I do think that it is I think there is African, yeah. What do they call Uno in Africa? What they call them? I still get his hair. I still get more hair done from time to time. I still, always chill. She know I did. She had this done. But you see, you don't want to have no idea. But no, I think that sometimes it boils down to discipline. And like when you said that a moment ago about sometimes you want about this one, sometimes you want about that, and even with yourself, like there are times that you're with this person and you're locked in, but then you're like, ooh, I want to see what he's about. Da, da, da. I used to watch Black Love, and I know some people used to watch Black Love. I was just Black Love on BET. And when I say it took like couples, and it talked about their journey, the ups and downs, the ebbs and flows, and how they persevered and made it through. Some instances they broke up and they came back together, whatever. But they just talked about their relationship. And when I tell you, there was a couple. Yeah, but they weren't doing that. Child, they need a Yala, bitch. They don't need. They don't need Black Love. They need a Yala. But in fact, they need a bit. But I think that they're making that. I think they're making what they do work. I think she is. Well, you.
Pilot, they have the asset. Coordinate with the ground team, choose a place to land, and pull them out of there. The jets have gone offline, and hey, looks like the ground team have actioned the evac. Pilot, coordinate the pickup. Demolitions, do what you can do. We're almost there, people. The local PD are all
person like why? But there's no one there. I just want to take it back to home. Oh my God. You know what I'm saying now. So in this book, I'm talking about currency, right? Yeah, what is
Alright, this is the end game, people. Let's keep it together. Bring this over the line smooth. You need to evade the authorities before you bail out of there. Run evasive maneuvers, get clear, then head toward the drop zone. Okay, get the plane out of there. Demolition scheme approved. The rest of the crew mails you'll be picking them up. This all goes to plan. You're rendezvous in the region of Palomino Islands.
your soul connected to the spirits and souls that you're connected to? I am a
Whether
divine
it's a
being.
friendly stranger you know very little
But
of.
why? But my thing is, why is your spirit, your soul connected to the spirit and soul that it's connected to? Whether it's your mom, your brothers, me, Mo, Chi Chi. Like, why did your spirit connect with the souls that it connected with? Because there's 7 billion people in the world. It could have connected with any of the other. You understand what I'm saying? Like, why were you born into the family that you were born in? And then a lot of times people will say, oh, I think what you would do, yeah, because I need to understand a year of how we worship. Because people will say, well, when we die, you know, there's this white light, and then you go on and, you know, you reconnect. What if that white light is the operating room? Well, here's the thing, and this is what I'm saying in the book. What if that white light is just what happens when the spirit, the soul, is leaving the body? That's what happens when the body is shutting down. What if there's no real white light? That's just what's happening with it. It's like when you turn a TV off, that white light comes and that line goes across. What if that's just what's happening with your body? And people will say, oh yeah, when you get over there, you're going to be reconnected with your spirit, your family and people who passed on. How do you know that? I think we connected with each other before. Well, that's what I'm saying. So I think that I'm of the belief, and I have a spiritual teacher that kind of helped me with this. I'm of the belief that the spirits and souls that you're connected with in this lifetime, you had some sort of a relationship with in a previous life, and your souls, your spirits, made an agreement to come here for some sort of karmic reason, karmic energy, to fulfill something. I met you in Africa in another life.
I've been impressed by your
Well, we can
professionalism. Now, I'm not going to go into it, but Rashkovsky's part of something
And the same is true with like your relationship.
I need
Like,
to
why are
make
you
more
connected
inquiries
to the
and be ready to
relationship?
go on a job that requires your particular skill set.
You know what I mean? Like somebody just said in the comments, your soul tribe. Your soul tribe. You know? Because there are certain lessons that we're supposed to get, and we can only get those lessons when we're connected, our spirits are connected with particular spirits, particular souls. Yes. You know? And one of the things that this spiritual teacher said to me was, in the case with my mom, she may not have been my mom in a previous life. She could have been my sister. She could have been a wife, a grandmother. But we had some sort of karmic agreement, some spiritual soul contract that we agreed on that we would come here and fulfill. So, yeah. I do believe that, Craig. And I also believe that, that once you've completed so many tasks, that your spirit goes onto a higher plane as well. Like after so many times of, I believe a lot of things. I don't just. There was a shirt you wore once that got me to think. What was that? Who did the African people would pray to before Christianity or something like that? Got me to think. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It was like a lot of things that it had me thinking. Like I'm really like the older that I've gotten, I've felt more connected with a lot of stuff, and especially with the way that I maneuver through my life now. Yes, I personally feel like I'm not angry at anybody for things that happen in our relationships. I do believe that everybody is when you start looking at everybody has a purpose. That's exactly. And you're also somebody else's purpose. Absolutely. You got to stop looking at the negative things and just look at it that if the things are happens purposefully.
like, there's purpose to it, and it's happening purposely, and it's all for your benefit. One of the things that I believe, and I believe this for a long time, especially when I look back over my journey, you know, trying to get to this point in my life, my career, just whatever. I'm a big believer that the universe, God, is always conspiring to work in your favor. Everything that happens to you is happening for your greatest good. So let's just say you were leaving on your way to work today, and you got a flat tire, and now you're late for work, and you're pissed off because now you got to spend money on a tire, and now you got to explain to your job why you're late, and you've already been late, so you're already kind of teetering. But what I'm saying to you is, everything is happening in divine order.
Yeah.
It's all happening by design, and it's all happening to benefit you.
You leave your keys at home.
There's a
You
reason.
forget to lock the door.
Yes.
It's diverting you from an accident.
That's it.
Listen, I don't have any problems with the airport. They're like, this flight has been delayed. I'm like, oh, all right.
Let me go get me something. That's it. Because you're missing something. Maybe there was something that was going to happen if you had gotten there a few minutes before. There's a movie called Sliding Doors. You ever see that? I think Gwyneth Paltrow is in it, but it's called Sliding Doors. And it shows this movie from two different perspectives. She was running to get on the subway train, and in the first scenario, she made it to the train. The doors were about to close, and she made it and got on. She got to her apartment. Her boyfriend was fucking some other girl. In the next scenario, wait for the next train. By the time she got there, the boyfriend was in the shower. The girl was gone. So she never even knew that he was having an affair. So all of that to say, and I'm not saying that, you know, you want to not know that somebody's deceiving you, but what I'm saying is, like you said, if you leave your keys home and you're looking for, maybe you were going to get into an accident. Even like when I'm driving and I miss my exit, I'm like, damn, how did I miss my exit?
The last time I was playing around with somebody, they wanted to know how I got their password to the phone, and I told them the computer came. They didn't believe me.
Yeah.
They didn't believe me when I said the spirit gave me, but I was sleeping, and the spirit, I saw the numbers big as day in my sleep.
Yeah.
And I was like, right, Craig, I was like,
yeah.
Mm-hmm. And the phone said,
right.
I was like, oh.
Got some cool stuff here for you.
It was for me to know.
What can I get you?
Mm-hmm.
It was for me to know.
Yeah.
So the spirit gave me that password to that phone, and I even to this day, if I have a conversation with that person, they'll be like, "Stop telling that lie." I'm like, "Bitch, I'm consistent with this. This is how I got it.
Yeah.
This is how the fuck I got it." So I've watched movies where I've seen the dead or the spirit whispering. They get up, and it's just like whatever. I've seen these things, and so it's for me. I'm like, well, would that not be stuff? They believe the numbers. But yeah, I think that it is the merge or the intersection of fate and destiny. Right, just like I knew that intersection. I knew that I was going to be.
Knock. David, we're in a bit of a crisis situation here in Paradise.
Something
Now, the
said.
kind of music lads have been hit with a bad case of the munchies. They're after pizza, specifically. And only something from the mainland will do. I don't suppose you could see your way to flying some over. Business
So when
class.
Drag Race came out, season 1, I watched season 1 of Drag Race, I watched season 2, I watched season 4, I was saying, when did you first meet RuPaul? I wrote RuPaul when RuPaul had RuPaul.com. I wrote RuPaul many years ago, like when I first got an email address. I wrote RuPaul an email, and I sent to RuPaul. Did you ever tell him this?
It's a crying shame. Be the change you wish to see and all that. I'll just have to see if anyone delivers to the Caribbean.
I wrote an email to RuPaul, and I said, I am in awe of you, and I think that you are amazing, and we're going to be friends.
Okay, Cynthia Bailey, the friendship contract.
No, I'm just saying, I wrote that.
Uh-huh.
I'm in awe of you. I think that you're so special.
Yeah.
And like, we're going to be friends one day.
So how old were you when you finally met him?
30. Wait, like 30. It's like
Late 30s.
bitch. 16. Oh my God.
Like 10 years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, I do vision boards.
Oh, yeah. Listen, I believe in that. I believe that you should write down things that you want to see manifest. I also believe in writing down things that you're grateful for. Because I believe that once the universe or God, however you want to call it, once the universe or God recognizes your gratitude, the universe will trust you with more. So, like when you're complaining because you have a car that doesn't have AC, or you're complaining because you have a car that doesn't, that's not late model, it's not a luxury car. You have to be grateful for that car that you have because you could be standing on the bus stop, or you could be waiting for a Lyft or an Uber. You have to be grateful for where you are, and then when you are, and the universe recognizes that you truly are, the universe will trust you with more and elevate you to the next level. That's in anything that you do. I'm a big believer of that.
Bitch, I wrote like everything that's going on now. Like
Yeah.
every car that I've got, every car that I've ever driven, I
Yeah.
said I was going to do that. I couldn't drive
Yeah.
a car.
Yeah.
I told my mom I was going to, at 29, I told my mother that, girl, I said, Mama, by the time I'm 30, I'm not working for anyone else in the world. I haven't had a job since I was 23.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I told my mama, I ain't working for nobody, man.
Right.
I'm gonna have a maid. I'm gonna have several homes. I'm gonna have. I told her.
I used to tell my mother that too when I
I'm
was a
not
kid.
doing any of these things. I said, girl, you trying to get me to do all this stuff in between. I'm not doing any of that when I get up. I'm not doing any of enjoy this snappers. I'm not doing any of this.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And I could call my mama down there and she'll say, that child told me that they're not doing any of the things. That's why I said, Mommy, it's not about me being lazy. It's just that you instilled so much stuff in us to work hard, to do this stuff, whatever, that when I said, when I get the opportunity to do the things, I'm not doing anything that I don't want to do.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's luxury. That's real luxury.
I'm not doing anything that I don't want to do. I'm going to be chauffeur. I used to look at limousines. I used to have a toy limousine, and I would picture myself riding around in it, being in the back of the limousine, driven.
Yeah. I think I've said this on here before. I used to have, and this was years ago, long before I knew you. Like I think I was like a teenager or some shit. I used to imagine myself, because I'm a big believer that if you can see it, you can have it. And with that, I would add your imagination. Your imagination is God's proof to you, and I've said this on here before. Your imagination is God's proof to you of what's possible in your life. So in other words, if you can see it, God gave you that vision. And he gave you that vision for a reason. You don't just have the vision just to have it. You have it because it's attainable. And so when I was a kid, I remember seeing myself come out on stages and people screaming and yelling and taking pictures. But at the time, in my vision, it was pictures with regular cameras. It wasn't with camera phones. And I didn't know how that was going to happen. And then when I wrote my first stage play, I said, oh, I'm saying, so it's like all of that stuff materialized. I didn't know how, and I think a lot of times people get caught up in the steps to it. Like, how do you get from right here where I'm standing right now to that vision, to that dream? Your job, your responsibility is not figuring out the steps to it. That's not your job. Your job is just to do your work, and then the universe will figure out the rest.
We'll figure the rest
That's
out.
right. That's not your job.
All you got to do is know it.
That's right.
You know my mantra. I don't know when, I don't know how, but I know.
That's right.
That's it. A motherfucker. I remember me rolling my neck around. For those people that been following me back when I had that office.
Mm-hmm. I remember you showing me
I had an office over there in Conyers. I had an office, and I used to go live from the desktop, and I would spin my motherfucking head around and say, "Bitch, I don't know." And I was a porn star then.
Yeah.
And I was saying, I don't know when, I don't know how, bitch, but I'm gonna have my own motherfucking TV show, bitch, and it's gonna be in my name.
Yeah. And it's not something that you just say just to say. You have to have the vision.
I said, I'm going to have my own motherfucking TV show one day, bitch, and it's going to be in my motherfucking name. I remember standing to the early mob, early mob people.
Yeah.
And you know what I did? I followed myself around with a camera.
That's it.
I moved as if it was already so. I followed myself around with a camera. Me and Chi been vlogging. I don't know where that hoe probably went to go smoke or to eat the song.
Okay.
But me and that bitch done been walking around holding the camera. You know what I'm saying? And I was this is the time when Messy Maya was alive. And Messy Maya used to say, "Follow me, camera." And I used to be like, "Ooh, I love it." Was Messy Maya, Sissy Novi, like all the New Orleans, like, you know, I would follow. We would be on the internet.
Right.
We were all on the internet, and I would do the T.S. Maddox and some shit I called it, but I made sure that I wasn't just gonna say I was gonna have a TV show. I was gonna create it myself, bitch. And bitch, if it got to be right here on YouTube, it's fine.
Right.
I remember doing all of that, and I remember hearing all the people say stuff to me like, "Oh, girl, you got all that nasty ass porn on your resume. You ain't the bitch. There's no big brands that's gonna back you. Ain't no big brands gonna be this and the other." And now I'm one of the biggest, the largest, bitch. One of the biggest TSs.
I said to a friend of mine the other day, because we were talking, and we were talking about some of the noise that we experienced recently. And and I said to my friend, I said, it's so crazy to me that I'm not only just friends with you, but we do this show. Because I'm really shocked. I know some of y'all don't want to believe that, but I'm really kind of shocked. You don't believe it?
Huh?
Yeah. I'm not shy with you because I know you, but if you think back to when you and I first met, I was very quiet.
You were. You said a lot behind the scenes, though.
But I wasn't like no in front of the camera person.
Because the way you laid into that podcast, I was like, "Ooh, I didn't even know you could read like that."
Come on.
Girl, shut up. So, but what I was saying was, I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and I said to him, I said, some of this, and I wrote this on my birthday post, in fact.
Before we finish, can we take a commercial break, please?
Yeah, because I got to pee so bad.
You got to pee,
and I'll come back to what I was saying.
And we need y'all to stop in the midst and get y'all tickets.
Get your tickets for DC and Baltimore. And telling your stories.
Washington, we heard you. How many of you, all of you use that?
Girl, what you want to tell me?
Tight panties, bitch.
Uh-huh.
And one thing about it.
Girl, did you steal this dress? What is that, a thing on the bottom of that dress? Girl, that's one of those dye things. You know they said if you put the dress in the freezer, it's so low that it's at the bottom of it. Yeah, you can't. It's literally at the bottom. It's literally at the bottom of the dress. There it is. So, I've been told that if you freeze the dress and then you take it out of the freezer and you bang that thing with a hammer, it won't expel dye on it because the dye will be frozen. The dye will be frozen. Somebody stole this wrist together. Okay, sold it to me for $40. Okay, $40. $40.
Craig, I don't know about you, bitch. Them uncircumcised girls. That's a nasty thing. That shit got to be clean. Because, bitch, I just went there and peed, honey. And I got on these spandex panties. And, bitch, I was like, wait a minute, it's a little tart, girl.
It was like when you
Girl, did you wash your hands
I
with
did.
the touching me?
I did, girl. My hand.
You took off that gap that time. No, this that was Earl. This got a little more. Right. But you know, some girls like, oh, I don't know all questions. You okay? And listen, I just stood there, okay? And grabbed the Shillelagh girl and eat a little bit, girl. And I'm like, yikes.
You okay?
They got a little, that's like what's that thing? Is that mean? That's the horses smell. It smells like you eat a fucking autopsy. I can only imagine a pool bag. They with all that smell. Every pool bag don't got smell. Girl, every pool bag. They're gonna get some pool bags, you know what I mean? Now, I ain't had no pool bag. The first thing I don't know what pool bags you been messing with, but first thing I ever dealt with, he had a turtle. But I ain't never seen one since then. And that was 1998. You ain't had no turtleneck ever since 1998. I like a good turtleneck though, because them turtlenecks, I like to watch it. See, these are my things. I like to watch it chick come. I like to see it. Yeah. So what's special about a turtleneck? Listen, them turtlenecks are a little bit like a remote, like a goddamn point. And them bitches was huge. I be like, oh. I don't even remember what I was saying. I was gonna tell him when I came back. Now, y'all remember what I was gonna say? You say turtlenecks last longer? Sometimes. Who said that? Well, they do because it's the skin be going over the head. Oh, so it covers the sensitivity. Yeah, but see, I make sure I know how to handle a turtle. I pull that skin back off that neck and handle that. Girl, hopefully ain't no lint down there. Craig, hey, which one of the food? The last one. Bitch. Since you want to be messy. The last. Since you be a messy bitch. I was. You was. Now, take that down there. The last one. I was just curious. It's okay, the last one. Oh, I was telling a friend of mine. Thank you, Alicia. I was telling a friend of mine the other day, and the last, that you couldn't have paid me money, I guess 10 years ago, to tell me that I'd be sitting here with you. Really? Yeah. And I was saying to a friend of mine the other day that, and I'm not blowing you up at all. This is just the truth. I mean, you're telling the truth. I'm telling the truth. If you're giving me any type of, yeah, this is true. If you exalted me in any way, it's the truth. Okay, good. Oh, this is what I was saying too. I was saying, like, once we got that criticism from the trainee activists, oh, I forgot about that. But go ahead. I did too, but they haven't because they're still making videos. But because they need something to do. But the truth is, and I said this to a couple of my friends, you are the most famous black trans woman alive. No. Who's more famous than you? I don't think Laverne is more famous. Oh, yes, Laverne is more. I'm not saying Laverne is not famous. Oh, Laverne is way more famous than me, honey. Laverne, cut it out. No, she is. No, I don't think she is. No, bitch, don't do that. No, I'm not being funny. No, don't do that. Listen to me. I'm not saying that. I would say that you can say that. Let me finish. Okay, go ahead. Shit. What I'm saying is, I'm telling you what I had a conversation with. I had a conversation with a friend of mine the other day, and this was not the first conversation that I had. I had it twice probably this week. Laverne is famous, and I know Laverne watched the show. She came to our New York show. I'm not taking anything from that. Laverne is famous. Laverne laid. But what I am saying to you is, I think that you are by far the most famous black trans woman. There are people who know. What's the girl who did Pose? The girl who did Pose. There are a lot of girls that did Pose. Janet Mock. Yeah. Girl, that's the only one that mattered over there. Well, I shouldn't say that. That's the creep.
Gator, one of the creators and writers. Janet Mock. Yes, MJ Rodriguez, but we know that because we watch Pose. What I'm saying to you is, when I met you, you were doing mostly internet. And you had dibbled and dabbled in TV, but now you're doing TV, now you're doing music, now you're doing film, so, and still the internet. So my point is, I don't think I really registered all of that when we first started doing Fact Talk. And so, like, this backlash that I sometimes get is uncomfortable. But I'm 49, so it's okay, and I can handle it. No, bitch. Oh, I'm 49. So I thought you were 50. And see, when I met you, yeah, you were famous, but you weren't at this level of fame. And so you got to understand that. Well, let me hold that. Okay. Remember what you're gonna say. But I think that what happens is some of the girls, and I'm just gonna say this. I think some of the girls, the trans girls, that have attacked, they really want your spot. They really want that level of reach. They really want that level of influence. I don't care what the fuck you about to do with your face. I'm just telling you from my perspective. And what I'm saying to you is, yes, Laverne is famous. Yes, Janet Mock is famous. But when it comes to shifting culture, that's an arena that you've managed to move into that they have not. Yes, Laverne is on some of the red carpets that you have been on because she was commentating for E! And all that stuff. I'm not saying
she's been in major films.
She has been a major
movie.
Correct. But what I am telling you is, we don't hear her voice all over TikTok or all over Instagram. Or you understand what I'm saying? That's still a different level of influence.
What you're saying is that I'm a cultural icon.
Cultural. But that's still fame. That equates to fame.
It is, but here's the thing. What you got to understand is that I was already, what people may not want to give me the recognition for it. They don't want to talk about it. The underground shit I was already doing.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
It was adult film.
That undergirded the fame that came, the movies, the television, the music.
I want you to understand this. Men were already.
You told me this.
Men were already familiar with me before women were.
I'm gonna tell you something that she said to me before when we first met. Before she was doing all of this stuff now, she's doing mostly internet. And yes, she's doing the stuff with World of Wonder. One of the things that she said, and I never forgot it, was that you could tell from going to the grocery store back then, people knew you, but they didn't really want to say anything because at that time you knew that they knew you from porn. And so it was just kind of like, but they wouldn't necessarily, oh my God. They would just kind of like, do like a double take. But then as you started moving to other mediums or other media, film, radio, whatever, then it was okay to, like, okay, because it's like they could have known you from something other than porn, not just the porn.
Right. But I was already in that space.
Correct.
And here's what people don't really understand. People don't get that my sex video was going so viral. Yeah, we talking about him off. Tell them we're not talking about that. I'm not doing that. What people don't understand is that my sex videos
were going viral on social media.
And teenagers were watching it. They came across it.
Were going viral on social media way before anybody had hit anything.
Right.
Before anybody had hit anything, any television show or whatever. Then after that stuff started happening, like I didn't know that I was so well known in media, and I didn't even know that I was viral on social media because I didn't get a hold of Facebook until 2011, 2011, and I was already going viral on those things because I was like the stuff that was going on in the neighborhood, in different cities and different areas of the world where I was making these films with these boys, and like they were getting caught in my sex stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I can't, even to this day, I haven't done film.
People were finding out about them.
I haven't done bigdickbitch.com stuff in about 12 to 15 years, and I'm still. You can post a picture, a video, be somewhere in any mainstream thing, and they will talk about my pornography.
Mm-hmm.
You got to realize there are porn videos that are out right now, little videos of me that have hundreds of millions of views.
Mm-hmm. Hence my point.
Hundreds of millions. So I seen somebody say Laverne got 5 million followers on Instagram.
It ain't about the followers.
It's about the influence. We're not talking about that. There are people that have seen hundreds of millions of views before they even had a television.
Yeah.
Before they even had an Instagram. Then Vine came along.
Right.
And I tried to find a place how to expand my reach with my adult films that I was doing. Vine came about. After Vine, when those people saw, because the question was, how can a fat woman have a dick? And it became a conversation. So in 2014, when Laverne was on the cover of Time magazine, there was an article they had written about me in a publication that's equivalent to Rolling Stone.
Oh, Rolling Stone. Okay.
That was out in France, and I got that publication because they were terrorizing me in that French publication, and they were talking about how Laverne, and I've had this conversation with Laverne, how Laverne she was the status quo, and it was like trying to be opposite. And I was the antithesis of what Laverne was. You understand what I'm saying? And so I'm reading this in this French publication that was in.
But the point is, they still knew who he was.
Because of the
infamy.
Infamy, yes. I was infamous, and I was reading this, and I said to Laverne when we talked about this, I said, I don't think people know how that made me feel.
Right.
Because they were giving you extreme praise.
Right.
And they were wearing me out, saying that I was a detriment to my own community.
Right. Yeah.
And I was reading that in an international publication, and I was just like, what the fuck?
But even when I went to France, remember I went and lived in France for a couple years ago? They knew who you were. They were shocked that I I mean, because I didn't go through the door talking about, oh, yeah.
Wait a minute, hold on.
I
Who
talk
says
about that.
Laverne Cox has Emmys and other awards? Madison, no. Madison's definitely an award-winning girl. We're not pitting two girls against each other. We're not doing that.
They've completely missed the point.
You completely missed the point. What you got to understand is, yes, Laverne knew who I was before I knew her. Let's be clear. A lot of your faves, I'm your faves fave.
And that's my point.
I just like for you to understand that I'm your faves fave. So when y'all girls be trying to figure out, and so y'all don't get in the comments doing this, because I definitely,
it's not about
because I definitely said that Laverne's accolades and where she's been in television, film, and all this stuff. Like I'm always saying that I stand on her shoulders, or I'm saying she paved the foundation in mainstream media for me. But bitch, I was already that girl when the girls found me from reading. The girls found me, bitch, having a pistol in my hand, telling me I was too hood for motherfucking Hollywood, bitch. Bitch, the hood knew who I was when they weren't even watching TV, bitch. I'd like for you. I thought I'm keeping it this way, but the hood knew who I was, bitch, before they was watching TV. We're clearing this up. The hood knew who I was, bitch, before they were watching television.
But the point I was making was
some of you girls just done came home because y'all thought that y'all found me too higher, but bitch, I was already in there.
Well, fuck you, bitch. Whoever you are. Come on, my thing is Craig can't respect the program. Bitch, fuck you. And for that, you're gonna now be looking for a new place to watch this goddamn show since you got so much motherfucking shit to say, bitch. Who? I don't know who the fuck that was.
Yeah, we're not saying that. Listen, had it not been for Laverne, there would be no Caitlyn.
Yeah.
Had it not been for Laverne, there would be no things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Everyone served their purpose.
Everybody served their purpose, but and I've always looked at it, but those girls will tell you, bitch, that they had seen me before they seen any other of the queens. We're not doing this. And it goes to say, just like the girls in Ballroom.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of those girls are also
Seems like said people trainee. You're a trainee.
icon and global icons because the internet reaches faster than any television program that you can see.
Yes, it does.
I'd like for you to understand that the internet
That's another thing you taught me.
reaches faster than any television program you can find.
Mm-hmm. It does.
I want you to understand this when I'm speaking. The internet reaches faster than any television program you can find.
Yeah, that's true.
And these are facts.
That is true.
fave spade.
Your what?
I'm your favorite spade. I'll be having some of the biggest stars talking about me, bitch, on their podcast and their things, and talking about how much they love me. Bitch, that goes from White Kate sat next to Kate Beckinsale, the vampire queen from Underworld, who told me, bitch, yeah.
And that's what I'm saying.
You've been in our home for years.
That's all I'm saying.
And I had never even set foot on television. Now we not over here battling about who got 5 million followers and who's been on television shows, who did. But
right.
y'all girls not gonna sit over here and act like,
right.
Oh, bitch, you found me through this. That's how you found me.
Right.
But the way I'm so interconnected, when you see me with white people and all this stuff, and you bitches talking about somehow out of and all this stuff, them people been my fans from back then. And some of you hoes niggas, bitch, still got my disc. Still got my CD, bitch, up under the mattress. So, poop, watch it.
I had no idea you were there.
It's transsexuals that will tell you, bitch, that they husbands, boyfriends, clients, dates have said that the first transsexual bitch that they ever saw was the TS. We're not doing that. Now, don't come over here with that.
And the only reason I brought it up is because when we were talking about, like, your imagination and seeing, like, how things unfold and unravel. Like, I never saw this coming is the reason that I said it. This was never about Laverne against you and whatever. And about anybody else.
Bitch, I had them standing in front of the Eiffel Tower screaming New Weave 22 inches, bitch.
Where were they standing?
They were standing in front of the Eiffel Tower in Paris, bitch, screaming New Weave 22 inches.
Oh, they screaming out.
New Weave 22 inches, bitch. And I currently have my voice is on tour, bitch.
Where's it going?
My voice is currently on tour.
What tour?
On the Cowboy Carter tour. It was on the Renaissance tour. It's on the Cowboy Carter tour. I'm collecting mechanical royalties while I'm sitting here doing bag talk.
What kind of royalties, man?
Mechanical royalties, bitch. While I'm doing facts, I'm your faves fave. And Craig said transsexuals. The other transsexuals are not doing that. Mm-hmm. And that's no shade. Right. Everybody has their feet on the sun, but we're not gonna sit over here and act like that I'm screaming at the sun girl.
Right. So that's what I was saying.
Pass that award over here since we talking about place this back on my desk. So that the girls can understand with who when they have these conversations about. Let me put that back. And Craig, see, I didn't want you to crank me up like that.
No, and that was not my intention. I was literally talking about how your imagination can bring you through doors. And like, you couldn't have told me 10 years ago that I'd be sitting here beside the most famous black trans person in the world.
One of them. I say one.
I didn't say famous. I said the most.
One of them.
I didn't say there weren't other famous ones. I said the most. That's what I said.
Okay, well, that's in your eyes.
That's right. And that's all we talk about is my eyes.
Okay. I'm still humble, though. But I'm not going to let a bitch try to cheer check me and be like, oh, well, bro, this one is this and this and the other. When I step on set, I'd like for you to be clear, bitch. I don't have to introduce myself to Steven Spielberg. He knows. You may have to, bitch, but he knows. I don't have to introduce myself to a lot of these people. And Craig, I said that every single person in the world.
Right, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that. And I'm not saying that there aren't other famous black trans girls. Yeah, I didn't say, right, not the two. I said the one. But, anyway, let's move on from that.
I'd like to sit from him. You crunk me. Because that girl is trying to give Oh, she's like
Yeah, and that's
trying to shush me to the side.
yeah.
No, niece. The only reason why I'm not in those places where those girls are is because the same shit that got me infamous was the same shit that mainstream media was keeping me out for. However, they were definitely borrowing from my intellectual property, which is
This job where you're collecting a rental and everything's prepaid on my wife, my ex-wife's credit card. So I'd ask you to be just careful with it. You got the bird? Okay, now the yacht's moored off Del Piero.
That's not what I wanted to do, but okay.
The packages are in the cabins and below deck. Clear the guys, then get in there and pick them up.
this. I was watching me on TV, bitch, honey, being emulated through other people. So, bitch, don't play with me. Don't do that. And whoever said good night, bye. We're in a meat phase right now. Craig, I told you don't cook this.
But that was not my intention. I was not trying to cook anything. It was connected to the conversation that we were having about your vision and your imagination and walking into your destiny. Da 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 da. And I was just simply saying you could not have told me 12.
What you got? Ah, 10-year mandatory minimum and maybe a felony murder. Okay. That's perfect. Now just leave it there. Now, if you're asked, under interrogation, I wasn't here. Unless it's Trevor who's interrogating, in which case I was very much here.
Anything I can do for you, boss? I'll be here. What you carrying lately? So what you looking for? Hey, let me know if you have any questions.
I mean, even though I saw certain things from my life, you couldn't have told me that I was going to be connected to the most famous black trans person to help facilitate that.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I was saying. I wasn't.
Yes.
It was not about. I sit back and I give those girls. I've given all the girls that I've seen in spaces where that because people deem mainstream as a space because it is. That's what people strive to go. I always give the girls their flowers and I give them their things. I give them this stuff. But I like when the girls.
Take your time. You own the place after all. Got pretty much everything in here. Yup. Gotta load up before you head out. Stay strapped.
mirror gown and a mirror line and a balloon coat. And there was a ball that I went to and they had grand prize for gowns and they had grand prizes for dresses. And I walked for the gown category and I won grand prize. And Paris walked for the dresses and he happened to make a mirror dress, like my mirror gown, but it was a dress and a balloon coat. But it was a coat to the knee and it wasn't to the floor like mine. And I complimented him on it and he was worried that he wasn't going to win. I said, you're going to win. And he did win. And we've been close ever since then. But he started like maybe 4 or 5 years after me going to balls. My first ball I went to, I didn't win. My second ball, I got grand prize. Well, now, like 60, 67, 68, no, 67, 68, I got the first big trophy at Barbaro's ball. That was an 8-foot grand, which looks something like this 13-foot trophy back here. That one part that you see there, the 8-foot grand was on that one. It was red and gold. That was the first. Parents and I got closer in later years, like in the
Come back and say, let's be clear here, Madison.
Mm-hmm.
I pulled something from you.
Mm-hmm.
I saw you, bitch. I seen this, whatever. You were the only black girl that I seen that walked to the door in a big house.
Right.
That doesn't mean I was the only one that has
Right.
it. That meant that I was one of the girls, bitch, that was loud, that it was going viral for.
Right. Yeah.
When Kaya said her motherfucking nappy dread having ass over in my motherfucking house, bitch, they thought that because she had naked back and spinning in rotation, bitch, they thought that because, you know, that was her house that we were in.
Yeah.
They didn't.
Pumpkin pie. Cheesecake. Apple pie. Chocolate chip cookies. Brownies. Ice cream sundae. S'mores.
Hmm.
Well, you all look good.
Okay, here we go. Transponders on one of 4 post-op vans making runs around the city. Work in pairs, driver and navigator photographer. And use the Trackify app on your phone to find the vans. We've got a limited time before the van we need goes out of circulation. Trackify uses a signal on your phone to tell you when you're going in the direction of a target, but it's not very good on distances. If the 2 teams communicate, you should be able to locate them quickly, and then we can all go back to our clickbait, tube sites. When you do find a van, send me an image of its license plate. When I've got them all, I'll run the numbers against their database and tell you which van you need to steal. That's good. A clear shot of the plate. Now, get me the rest of them. Don't send me shots of your privates or the sunset, or your private bits at sunset. I just want shots of license plates, no filters, and definitely no hashtags. Alright, I got another picture. I still need some more, though. That works. I can see the plate. Now, give me the last one. There we go. I've got all 4 plates now. Hold on while I run them against their database. Bingo, I found our guy. Let me ping you the location. Great little app, that Trackify. If by great I mean barely functional, we found the vans. Now you ain't gonna recommend it to your friends. You should have tried that version while it's live. The next update installs micropayments. It doesn't really, but actually probably should.
this the one? Transponder should be back here. Yep. That's the model. When you can, take it to Lester's guy.
That was mine.
Yeah, I remember.
Because it was like, how's it that ain't that trainee house? That old shit in there, like an old bitch living, an old white bitch in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I remember that. I remember.
So, girl, we're not gonna do that. Greg, I told you don't cook me.
But that was not what I was trying to do. That was not what I was trying to do. I was just trying to make a point.
Because you know them girls was gonna get down there.
But I really
and start that stuff.
I really did not.
Know them girls gonna get down there to try to minimize me. This is why they do it. They do it all the time. They get in the space to try. And I just be like, yes, this person did this, this person did, but go ask them go ask them a piece of the source. Go ask them where the source code, a part of the source code, bitch. Where did it come from?
I don't know why y'all think I was trying to cook that. I was really not
trying. You cooked that, girl.
I was not. Yeah, thank you, Black Sheep King. I was just trying to say, what was that?
You cooked that and got me hyped up on your custody pussy ass motherfucking whole time.
That really was not what I was trying to do. It really wasn't. I can't.
Go ahead, let's move on now. But I will be back before the show's over.
I know.
Thanks. I told you don't cook that, you bitch.
I was not cooking it. Speaking of cooking, bitch, y'all better get out of that McDonald's, goddamn it.
What they doing down there, bitch? I know.
McDonald's chicken nuggets contain the carcinogenic substance thiamine mononitrate, which is used in construction to hold roads together, bitch. So you're eating building material, bitch. And I think I said over here on this show before and told you all that you need to stop eating their motherfucking French fries, bitch, because they use a formaldehyde in their French fries, and formaldehyde have been connected to cancer too. And formaldehyde, they use it in their grease, in their French fries, so they don't have to turn off the grease as often. They can use the grease for more batches of French fries, so they can save money. They're not wasting grease. Stop eating that shit. I done told y'all before now, goddammit. You're wondering why you turned up with cancer in your earlobes and shit.
I had in my ass, that shit ain't gonna do a motherfucking thing to me.
Girl, that might be why you over here coughing.
No, bitch, I'm over here coughing because bitch, I had the COVID and then it still lasted. I had got the COVID, bitch.
And I also sat up here and told you ladies, and maybe some of the gays, I'm assuming some of you wearing fake hair too, stop wearing that synthetic shit, bitch, and you got pus and shit in your scalp where it's itching and irritating because that shit is linked to cancers and shit. And I've said so many times before that there are ingredients in black hair care products, namely women, black hair care products that black women typically use that are not present in ingredients and products that white women use. And I believe in it. I don't think there's a study that's done, but I'm just telling you what my spidey senses are telling me. I think that that's part of the reason why so many black women are coming up with fibroids and all these different fucking kinds of cancers and shit. And fucking hair products and shit. There's a particular brand, and I can't remember what the brand of the synthetic hair is.
Canacolon? Is it Canacolon?
I can't remember, and I don't want to say it because I'm not really sure. But you just got to be mindful of that shit.
I think it's Canacolon.
It might be. I don't know.
Is it Canacolon, y'all? Right. Somebody put the Canacolon.
Oh, is that what it is? They were talking about it over on TikTok, for sure.
Because, bitch, I would definitely used to get this hair braided down with the Canacolon, bitch.
What's shaking, buddy?
And, bitch, not only is my voice on tour and I'm collecting mechanical royalties, bitch, my voice is in, and bitch, yes. My voice is, bitch, currently, bitch, somebody is somewhere in be in Puerto Rico somewhere. I can't
Yeah.
wake up in no morning and somebody got it. It's in white households, black ones, Spanish ones, bitch, East Asian, Europeans, every fucking well. I get up and be like, God damn, a new one. It's on chicken stall, chicken McNugget.
Right. So I wanted to definitely tell you all about the chicken nuggets over at the McDonald's.
Girl, so you stopped eating chicken nuggets
I
here?
didn't stop eating that bullshit. I ain't ate meat in 8 years. That kind of meat.
I know you eat ass meat. Nobody was talking about ass meat. You know that can give you cancer too. It give you throat cancer.
Got pretty much everything in here.
Girl, no, they didn't. Who was that did that? What did that say? Oh, that's our friend from Chicago, the real, what is it? The real Jay Mitchell. Y'all are mess.
Well, speaking of eating McDonald's, I have to watch Chick-fil-A too.
Bitch, what Chick-fil-A doing?
They spit in the room and I watch it and girl, I got it. It's going. It's outside. I'm outside every day and there's all these other people just sitting there looking fucking stupid. Just looking fucking stupid. I'm getting my fucking mind low. And I'm calling this fucking complaint. All y'all writing fucking people sitting outside. Y'all do that shit all the time. What is the police supposed to do?
It was that bitch spitting the food.
And see, my heart really kind of went out to her because I just felt like she was crashing out because there was a lot of pent up something.
Yeah, they was terrorizing that girl.
Right. And what she was basically saying, if you didn't gather it, was that she's tired of being outside in the motherfucking weather, bitch. Taking orders when people pull into the drive-thru and all of the goddamn white people get to enjoy the AC inside. My pleasure.
Well, here's the thing. This is why I say I love DNTS Master because I don't gotta do that. And there ain't nothing wrong with doing that, but I just say I don't gotta do that. It ain't for me. It ain't for me. It ain't for me, bitch. It ain't for me. I don't even think I survive in customer service because I hit a bitch with phone. And the manager. Because I have before.
You hit a manager.
Bitch.
Oh, I just did some asking around, and this guy
Really?
is a sustainability
I'll be in my motherfucking manager face saying, bitch, you got me fucked up.
Do you have any idea how well
Listen, the last time I really know about work, it was minimum wage was $4.75.
Oh my God.
Minimum wage was $4.75, and then it went up to $5.25. I don't know nothing about working no motherfucking job no more. The last set of jobs I had was goddamn track phone, and you know I told her what I did to them pussy assholes. I had to let them pussy assholes know, bitch. You thought you was gonna terminate the DOLL, bitch. Everybody leaving this bitch today. You thought you was gonna terminate the DOLL, the thing that I wasn't gathering information on you. The shit they fucked up and did was let me go back and get my motherfucking ass sit down at that computer and print out that paperwork because I had already knew I was taking that whole role as a supervisor. Bitch, that was my plan. Y'all, them whole you pussy assholes fired me because I was a trainee and training, and you couldn't take me, and y'all put it on company policy. And I said, well, since I got to go for company policy, everybody get walked out this bitch. Everybody.
And look at how different times were. They couldn't necessarily do that now. I mean, maybe now.
They can now with this administration.
This motherfucker, right. But, you know, present day, they couldn't do that.
I told them pussy assholes either they was going to pay me, bitch, while I came to work, or I would be at home eating bun watching the Young and the motherfucking Restless, bitch. Yeah. And I called them bitches and had the Young and the Restless playing in the background, bitch. Asking for the girls that I knew that they had walked out. I called up there because I knew I had those girls walked out.
Right. Make sure they weren't there anymore.
No, I knew that those girls were being walked out. Because my girlfriends were calling me on the lunch break saying, girl, what did you do? I said, are they being escorted out? Let me call into the line and ask, can I speak to, can I speak? Hi, can I speak to Carlos Sardui?
Is that somebody's real name?
Yeah, Carlos Sardui. I ain't never forget Carlos Sardui.
What did Carlos do?
That bitch, one time we was in the motherfucking Vidya and I turned my back around to that pussy ass motherfucking, I want to say other things. The outside of the black race. But I turned my motherfucking back to that pussy ass motherfucker. Because them bitches used to want to call me a faggot and shit like that. They used to want to do
You
that.
hadn't transitioned yet.
I was transitioned, but them hoes was forcing me to come to work, bitch, and Butch.
Oh, so they still wanted you to dress like a boy.
Bitch, them bitches was forcing me to come there like I had caused all kind of fucking goddamn commotion.
Is this where you changed your name tag?
No, that was in public. Murder, I've been in transition since I've been 17, 18 years old.
Right.
And yes, they give me that good musty dick. That bicycle. That bicycle. Fucking me out there in the car on my lunch break. Loving me, bringing me $50. Bitch, what? Listen, Craig. I'm listening. Them put that fuck ass, tight ass, maggot ass motherfucking hoes over there in Trey phone, bitch. Carlos Regular ass Sardui. I was looking for that pussy ass nigga on Facebook. Carlos Sardui.
And what happened?
He stood up and he said, you think you're gonna sit in this meeting and have your back turned to me?
He was a supervisor?
He was like, yeah, he was a supervisor.
Or a lead or something?
Yeah, he was a supervisor. I said, yeah, I'm having my motherfucking back turned towards you because you ain't talking to me.
Okay.
And it was pressure. It was pressure with me because I came to work one Halloween in full geese. I came to work as me. Tore the building up. I had a whip and I had on this.
what's going on, brother?
All right, this is gonna be the last one because I'm tired.
So, this guy's meeting you off the Western Highway just before Polito Bay. You got any friends who, totally overreact? Okay, slight change of plans. So, it would appear that some of Avi's paranoia might have been somewhat justified. Our call got picked up, they came after him, and he ran. Now he's holed up in a hut on some small island off the coast, surrounded by about 20 government agents. As much as I'd love to hang him out to dry, he's our only shot at this. Well, it's kind of our fault, so... So, I'm sitting So, Bobby's not gonna come out of his hut until all the cops are gone. Gone, you understand? You might not want to let him know you're there until you've got it in hand. Oh yeah, and you're gonna need a boat to get him off the island. But I'm guessing the cops won't need theirs when you're done with him. Right.
Never should have stuck my head out. It was cool. Don't answer the phone to Lester.
Never dress.
This why that when she faggy's working.
Wrap around heels, bitch.
Bitch, you had on some wraparound.
Wrap around heel, bitch. We had a Halloween party at work. I came to work as me.
This why that when she faggy's working in corporate.
Girl, and them motherfuckers, it was commotion because the gag is, I used to work bitch street too after work.
So once I got off my job, I went to my other job.
I went to my other job, man.
Right.
I was still working street that.
You know, I said there was a small window. Well, that window is closing. If you don't get Bobby Page soon, the
Oh, are you a cop?
I'm not a cop, I'm helping Lester. Have you done it?
What?
Has he done it?
Oh, I don't have the Pacific Standard Frequency here. I don't have my tools.
Ain't that convenient. I've got some tools. Come on. Let's throw me under will be ready for the job.
For that bitch. And I was still making good money. Yeah. But it's just I couldn't get that out of me. And this is what I tell people, like, I'm so deliberate and so free from that shit now. Like when motherfuckers be talking to me about porn and talking about sex, about prostitution, I be like, get out of here. Yeah. It cost me $30,000 to walk into a plane. Are you crazy? I'm not sucking no $200 dick, bitch. I'm charging you. I won't let you. Are you fucking crazy? Bitch, you'll either be like, no, what you gonna do? Hey. What you gonna say? Hey. What you gonna say? You little shit. Oh, God. What you gonna say? Yeah, wait. What you gotta go in the room and do? Why you wait? Shut up. How you wait? It got your birthday up to the birthday. Right. Okay. It melted. Oh, God. Your next number, it was a K moment. Right. Are you fucking crazy? Right. You're crazy. Over here talking to me about sex and sucking dick and all this stuff. I'm like, bro, I'm not in that space. I'm not in that space anymore. You can't afford me. Right. You cannot afford me. Oh, my God. That is too funny. You're crazy. Right. What we do is you stop and wait. No, I stopped waiting because I do my job. But this is my thing with you know, with me leaving. I couldn't shake that. I couldn't break away from that. And I was going to a 9 to 5 job. You know, I worked that shift once. I did not like that. I was making like $15, $16 an hour or something like that. I don't know. Somewhere in the area. Almost $20 an hour or something like that. But back then, that was good money. Yeah. But I was getting the good gig and still coming through like it. And then I would come to work and I was like, but you don't know this Lucy right here. Mm-hmm. I've been in the car. People that work with you, I've been in the car. Because I worked in, it was like a corral. Yeah. But, you know, I would be there and go to 79. Yeah. So those people were up there, they were from Miami and all this stuff. So those people come to work. And they didn't know it was good. Bitch, I was out of Geach. Yeah. So when I showed up to work in Geach, it was commotion. And some of the people just to the office. Girl, they had told me, like they had told me that I, you know, but it was Halloween.
Your bleed about the movie was hilarious.
November 1st. Oh, so you thought you were coming in on November 1st dressed like that? You thought those people were going to think that it was still Halloween? You thought those people were going to think that it was still Halloween? On November 1st? They were giving we let that shit slide yesterday.
All right.
We did it, Joe. We did it.
Come on, Rebecca. I'll tell you another story about that later. Right. If you didn't know, you kind of fag bitch shit this back. Bitch, let me tell you something. Let's listen.
All right, it is bedtime. It's time for bed. I'm tired, girl. Ooh, my
many
tired.
years ago. And he was fucking the girl. She was a Haitian girl, and he was fucking her. They would.
Y'all have a great night, and I will see y'all later.
Fraternizing on the job. So they were.
Good night.